Hello there guys, I'm your teacher for today. I'm Teacher Bernard. At kung bago pa lang sa channel na to, mag-subscribe ka na. At i-hit mo na rin ang notification bell para updated ka sa mga bagong videos ko. At ngayon narito na tayo sa lesson 4. Ang tatalakayin naman natin ngayon ay ang Exemplification and Classification. So ano pang hinihintay nyo? Tara, simulan na natin. So last time, sa previous part ng video ko, napag-aralan natin ang narrative, descriptive, and definition of paragraph. So ngayon, pag-uusapan naman natin ngayon ang exemplification and classification. Ano nga ba ang exemplification? What is exemplification? Okay, so pag narinig nyo ang salitang exemplification, anong tumatatak sa isip nyo? Ano yung unang naiisip nyo kapag sinabing exemplification? Ano naman ang classification? Pag sinabi natin classification, ito yung pag-uuri. Ibig sabihin, kinaklasify mo siya. Inihiwalay mo siya, halimbawa, hiwalay ang decolor sa puti. Tama ba? That is classification. So let us start. What's in? As you unravel the unique patterns of development in writing exemplification and classification paragraphs and how to incorporate them in your own writing, you must first begin to learn how to identify the basic parts of this pattern. First, meron tayo niyan, topic sentence classification. So types and categories. Example, illustrations and transitional expressions. This can be used in writing other papers with different purpose other than telling a story, describing something, or defining a concept. So pag sinabi nating topic sentence, ano yung pinag-uusapan? Ano yung pinakang tema or topic dito? Ano? Yung classification, yung pag-uuri, yung paghiwa-hiwalay, gaya nga na sinabi ko, hiwalay ang decolor sa puti. So ginagamit ito sa ibang paraan ng pagsulat. What's new? Read the passage carefully. Once finished, copy on a separate sheet and fill out the table with appropriate words that match the heading. Here is the passage. Okay, let us read. Humans are often harmed by pollution. The presence of the hazardous substance brought about these three major types of pollution. Ano daw yon? Land, air, and water gravely affects our health. For instance, a person may acquire skin problems and other deformities from the toxic waste present in the land that will live in such garbage, pesticides, heavy metals, and other chemicals. Air pollution caused by toxic gases, solid and liquid particles, or aerosols, and other hazardous air pollutants adversely contaminate the air that we breathe. Long-term exposure to air pollution has been linked with disease of the heart and lungs, cancer, and other health problems. Lastly, water pollution observed in our primary water source like oceans, rivers, and lakes is caused by the presence of industrial waste, sewage and waste waters, chemicals, fertilizers, and pesticides to be specific. Infectious disease can be acquired through contaminated water and can cause cholera, jaundice, liver damage, and stomach illness in people. So, okay, observe carefully this table. Okay, so topic sentence. What do you think would be the topic sentence in this passage? Okay, so number 1, we have the topic sentence. Ayan, so meron tayo rito, topic sentence. So sa baba niyan, meron tayong pollution. So, ika-classify natin yung pollution. Okay, number 1. Okay, what would be the possible answer? Okay, so pwede nyo i-backward or i-rewind itong video na to for you to read the passage. Okay, dito na tayo sa example of hazardous substances. Ano ba yung mga nabanggit dyan ng mga hazardous substances? Marami, di ba? Okay. Pag sinabing hazardous, delikado, nakamamatay ng mga substances. Okay, classification, pag-uuri. Balik tayo rito sa classification. Yung pag-uuri. pagka-classify natin. Ano daw yon? Okay, so topic sentence. Ano yung topic sentence natin? Pollution. So, classification, i-classify natin. So, meron di ba tayo na kanina, yung hazardous substances? Yung major types of pollution sa land, air, and water. So, number 1, ayan, meron tayong A, B, C, D sa example of hazardous substances. So, number 1, ayan, land muna tayo. So, sa land, ano raw yung mga hazardous substances na yon? Okay, so pakibasa ulit. Okay, number 1, classification. Number 1, meron tayo dyan sa land. Example of hazardous substances, A, B, C, D. Okay, next, number 2, air. Meron tayo dyan. A, B, C, dito sa example of hazardous substances. Okay, number 3, sa water naman tayo. Marami. Ano? Okay, so sa transitional expressions naman tayo. Ayan, andyan. So, pag sinabing transitional expressions, nababago-bago. Ano yung mga expressions na ginamit dyan? Doon sa kanina natin, pwede nyo backward. Okay. Bigyan ko ng example, ha? Okay, number 1, example. For instance, yun yung transitional na ginamit natin. Transitional expressions. Okay, pag sinabi expressions, halimbawa, gumagamit ka ng expressions. For instance, though, probably, however, mga expressions yan. Now, I know that you are familiar with exemplification and classification. So, okay, let us move on. What is it? Okay, let us discuss about exemplification or illustration. Okay, exemplification or illustration is the most common effective pattern to explain an idea or point. In developing this kind of paragraph, the writer develops a general statement, the topic sentence, with one or more examples to support it. Anong ibig sabihin? So, si writer daw, gumagamit ng iba't ibang example, para masuportahan or mas madaling maunawaan ng mga readers or mambabasa natin. Kagaya ko, marami akong example parati. Para mas madaling maintindihan or maunawaan ng mga students, ng mga learners. Here are some transitional expression in writing effective exemplification paragraphs. Okay, number 1, for instance, namely, to be specify, to clarify, to illustrate. For example, in short, as an example. Okay, so that is the transitional expression. Okay, tandaan nyo, transitional expression. Kumbaga, yung bawat salita, kaya nilang baguhin sa pamamagitan ng transitional expression. Halimbawa, gumamit ako ng salitang halimbawa para dugtungan yung susunod na salita. Okay, that is the, or para mabago yung susunod na pangungusap ko, that is the transitional expression. Okay, let us move on. Classification. Okay, gaya nga sinabi ko, kina-classify mo, pinagbubukod mo, no? Okay, classification is used when a writer needs to sort out or arrange subjects to groups or categories based on their common and shared characteristics. Okay. Iginugroup mo, kinakategorize mo, that is classification, kinakategorize mo. O di ba sa school nyo merong bawat classroom, yung bawat group, di ba? Row, meron sa classroom naman merong row 1, row 2, row 3 sa pangalan naman ng classroom, merong pangalan ng mga puno, di ba? Merong acacia, nara, kulay naman, di ba? Pink, etc. That is the classification or categorize. Here are some transitional expressions in writing effective classification paragraphs. Para daw magkaroon tayo ng effective classification paragraphs. Ito na yung mga example. So, meron tayong classified as, one kind, the last group, another kind, another, final type, the first category, are categorized as the next part. Okay. So, yan mga yan ang transitional expression in writing effective classification paragraph. So, remember, You can use both exemplification and classification in developing a paragraph by identifying categories on particular subject and providing examples or illustration to explain and clarify meaning. So, pwede kayong gumamit ng mga example or illustration. Pag sinabing illustration, mga drawing, para mas madaling maunawaan ni reader or kagaya nating mambabasa. Okay, what's more? Okay, make a short paragraph that has the same pattern of development. Okay, be able to employ transitional expressions to make it effective. An excerpt from appassionato or appassionato. Okay, passion is visceral. It stands outside traditional thinking. It ignores conventions like distance, time, and social acceptance. It dares into uncharted waters. It is used to be primarily associated with romantic love. Today, thanks to authors like Tom Peters and Nancy Austin, a passion for excellence. Passion's boundaries have been extended to embrace work, entrepreneurial endeavors, corporate success. What I have learned. Reflect on how you learned today by completing the diagram. Okay, here's the diagram. So, right inside the circle, the most valuable learning that you gain from the lesson. Ano ba yung pinaka-valuable? Ano yung natatandaan nyo sa lesson natin ngayon? Okay, so ilalagay nyo dyan sa loob. Next is, write some questions or clarification outside the circle. Okay, so gawin nyo yan. So, ano yung mga questions nyo? So, ilalagay nyo doon sa labas ng circle. Yung may tanong pa kayo, What I can do. So, you're going to choose at least one from the situations. Okay, here's the situations. Okay, writing task 1. Ito yung situation 1. You are the editor-in-chief of your school's publication. The school paper advisor requires you to write a 2 to 3 paragraph option article about COVID-19 pandemic for a special edition paper. So you need to take side and be specific in explaining your point of view by providing clear example and illustrations to support your arguments. O anong gagawin nyo? Halimbawa, kayo yung naatasan na or nabigyan ng pagkakataon na maging editor-in-chief. So you're going to write 2 to 3 paragraph tungkol saan? Sa COVID-19. So, anong gagawin nyo? So, explain nyo yung point of view nyo by giving what? Examples and illustrations. So, gagawa kayo ng examples and illustration tungkol sa COVID-19. Okay? Next. So, writing task 2. So, here is the task 2. You are one of the business proprietors at your school's ongoing business expo. An interested customer sent you an email asking about the different types of products you sell. Okay. So you need to respond to the email in 2 to 3 paragraphs indicating the classification of your products. To encourage your customer to avail, your message must contain products category, specific features, and prices. Ano gagawin nyo? Kunwari kayong business proprietors sa schools nyo or sa school nyo. May gagawing business expo. So, ang gagawin nyo, kunwari, kayo yung business proprietors. So, nag-send ng email. Anong gagawin nyo? Gagawa kayo ng 2 to 3 paragraphs. Nag-indicate doon ng classification ng yung product. For example, ang product nyo ay pagkain. Let's say, pizza. Yung pizza nyo, may business kayong pizza. So, lalagyan nyo ng ingredients yon. Ano ba yung mga product mo? Para mas ma-encourage or magustuhan ni customer. Kailangan ilalagay nyo doon yung ika-categorize nyo or ika-category nyo and yung specific feature and prices. Ano yung magiging presyo? For example, Hawaiian pizza. Hindi ako mahilig sa pizza eh. For example lang yun At dyan nagtatapos ang ating lesson for today. Maraming salamat sa panonood at sana marami kayong natutunan. And please don't forget to subscribe Stay tuned lang, marami pa tayong mga lesson na pag-aaralan. So lesson 5 yung susunod natin, which is comparison and contrast.